Hello, this is Prem from Atma Yoga, and we're here today studying one asana. We're starting today with Tadasana, the mountain pose. Okay. So first, the bearing of the weight. So you want to make sure that the weight is even in the feet. We tend to lean into the side that we're strongest. Generally, for a right-handed person, the right side is strongest. Left-handed person, the left side is strongest. So you want to make sure that the weight is even if it may even feel like it's even, but you may be leaning more into one side than the other.
So how can you tell?
How can you tell?
Yeah, if it feels like it's even, how do you know if it's even or not?
Well, in your practice, it will even out over time. If you just continue practicing with the different asanas, it'll even out. But it's just something to be aware of, something to be aware of. So one way that I do is I get people to go between the feet. We stand with the feet hips width apart, maybe swing back and forth between the feet, and then between the heels and the front feet, and then do circles. Doing circles in the feet, and that way you just kind of get a feeling of where the weight is lying. So the heels, some people teach with the heels slightly apart, some together. I teach together, but bringing the ankles slightly apart, so that you see that if the ankles are pressing together, you've got some collapsing here in the arches of the feet. But if you bring the ankles slightly away and then try and draw the balls back towards the heels, you get some lift.
That's the balls of the feet?
The balls of the feet. Say that again? What do you mean?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, right. So the balls of the feet coming back towards the heels. And then you'll see how that helps to, that movement, you're gripping the mat with the feet. You see how the toes are trying to grip the mat, and it activates the muscles in the feet and the ankles as well. And so then I like to start from the feet and work up. So you concentrate on the feet, spreading the toes, gripping with the feet, and then bringing strength to the ankles, and then working up the thighs, the knees, especially, are very strong. So you can really test the kneecaps. There's generally two ways of having the knees. One is loose, and that's where the kneecap can be moved. The patella can be easily manipulated. The other one is when it's strong and you can't move the kneecap. And that's what I call a tent. That's a tense knee. It's locked. So we lock the knees, and then the thighs also. By pulling the knees up, it brings strength to the thighs. And then with the upper body, you want the tailbone tucked under slightly, tucking forward slightly. So it's like you're trying to squeeze the buttocks, but you're not really squeezing the buttocks, you're just tucking the tailbone, drawing the abdomen and ribs towards the spine so you've got length. And then the shoulders coming right back and down. The shoulder blades work towards each other and come down towards the buttocks. And then you can stay with the arms by the side. The arms are strong, palms open. For the full pose, you raise the arms. And it's helpful in the beginning to help get the feeling of the shoulders by interlocking the fingers and really squeezing the arms, because by pressing the palms, often people find it difficult to straighten the arms. They don't have the strength in the arms or the flexibility in the shoulders.
Yeah, I see that at Bikram a lot.
Yeah. So if you interlock the fingers, it kind of gives you that sense of what straight feels like and the stretch through the shoulders that's required. So you try and draw the arms back. But what people tend to do is when they bring arms back, rather than stretch the shoulders, they'll just bring the chest forward.
Back bending.
Yeah, it's a backward bend. But rather than that, you want to keep the ribs in and then have the arms strong and draw them back, keeping the ribs working in simultaneously.
What about that idea of Cyborg where he has it, you put your hands together and then lift them up in front of you as far as you can? That's
anatomically that's what you're capable of doing, that won't stretch your shoulders beyond what they're capable of doing.
Because that's where my arms would be normally, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, like that, man.
Yeah, right.
And then as soon as I start trying to pull them back, I feel,
You feel the backward bend.
Yeah.
Another way of practicing it is on your back as well. You just do a Tadasana on your back. And you can do the same thing, but try and keep the back on the floor. Because it's not something that's the same all the time. Some people have, we saw that DVD, right, with that guy. Some people have an anatomic,
Limit on how far,
how far
shoulder rotation.
Yeah, so their arm can only move back, and there's a bone that stops them.
And then you rotate your shoulder, you do outward rotation of your shoulder.
External rotation.
Yeah.
And
The other way.
You can come a little further, but some people even, will only get to be able to go to a certain point.
Mm.
But, I mean, the only way you're going to find out your point, you'll come to a point where you won't be able to move, but if you can still move, why not develop the flexibility of the shoulders, interlocking the fingers and really trying to press the back into the floor.
So when you interlock your fingers, are you squeezing your palms of your hands together?
Yeah, you can squeeze the palms and wrists, and also you're squeezing the ears with the upper arms. And what that does is it helps to release in the shoulders. Like if you don't squeeze the upper arms, you feel the tension here in the shoulders. But when you squeeze the upper arms, when they've got something to press against, it helps to release in the shoulders, and you can it helps to let them go a little more.
Okay, we're at 7 minutes, we're good. Any final words on the Tadasana?
Final words on Tadasana. In the proper Tadasana, you'll be working very hard. Your breath will be, it'll be laboured. And if you're not working in Tadasana, you're not doing it properly. It's a hard pose, even though it's the basic pose.